Hello guys, and today we're looking at a scenario where civilization starts in a fantasy world. If you guys want to see more of these videos, then make sure to like and subscribe, and let's get on with the scenario. So, this is like a fantasy world that I've just created today, and I saw this on, I forgot, I'll link the channel or the video that I saw. With the idea. I forgot what the name of it and what the name of the channel was, but I'll link it. I hope I do, because it's coming out like a week later, but it's fine. And so this is basically the world I made, and you can see it has islands and stuff and big continents. But now we are going to be seeing where how civilization expands with this, and let's just get on with the scenario. So I'm going to be picking this island for civilization to start on, and this is going to be a very good place for civilization to start because this place is basically just like a fertile land that's just perfect for civilization. So we will see our first our first red country pop up in this continent. Feel free to name the continents in the comments if you really want to. And this country is the first country, obviously, and it expands fast. The people are smart, and like these guys are not just like humans, they're like alien people. So they have a few adaptations that allow them to be a little bit smarter than humans first were. And so they are able to start a society, and this area is going to be very good for them. But now we are going to see them finally going in the water and exploring some lands out here. They basically just explore the whole bay, and now this is what the bay looks like when they fully explore it. And they even go out a little bit, but they do keep expanding out and taking more land up north, just trying to kind of sort out their country, see what is good for them and what is bad for them. And they start expanding more out west, I guess. And they go out to try to explore these areas. And I'm going to add the undiscovered lands because I forgot to do that. I added the undiscovered water, but I didn't add the undiscovered land. So I'll do that really quick. Now we can see them exploring out eastward towards this little area. They don't really know what the world looks like, of course, because they're tiny in this area. And so they finally go out, but they encounter some animals. These animals are not like anything they've ever seen before, and they have crossed into a desert area. This is like the first big desert area they have really encountered, but they keep pushing towards the coast, and they finally find it. This other group or other division goes out trying to find new lands, but they cannot seem to get out of the desert, and they go back. But past this area, it was a lush kind of rainforest area, so they just missed out on the jackpot, I guess. You can also see them exploring down near the coast, taking more land or just exploring more land over here. They also go down and take more land on the coast, and they finally take all of this area, and now they are becoming a very big country. These northern divisions go out and they claim more of these lands, while also exploring more of the ocean, and this area is now more and more salt, and this land is more and more salty than they've ever seen, and so they kind of just want to turn back, and they finally explore around the coast more, just finding more good fishing areas. And they're now starting to make their first boats. They go down and fully discover all of the ocean lands where they've been. Okay, now they finally discover all the ocean lands that they've been. But in this area, some people have settled up a camp, and they are feeling good about this area. They explore more land, and they get to where the other people were. And then they finally go down, and they see the lush area and they call it the God's Haven because they think that the gods bless them with a haven for their perseverance. And the other people who turned back when they saw that this was just desert are face palming right now. But these people, they feel a little disconnected from the red team, so they just form their own country. And let's see how that country looks. The blue team pops up, and the country quickly expands because this area is very, very rich in resources and food. And now the red team is getting a little mad about this because they have never really lost anybody. And so what they do to retaliate is that they expand more, taking more land out here. And they want to find their own good lands because they heard tales about the good lands that the blue team found, and so they want to. They pray to the gods to find more good lands, but when they go up, they just find more boreal forests that are just cold and drowsy. But it does have good wood for them to make houses out of, and other resources and other tools and stuff. But now they're starting to get up into the northern areas, which are not going to be very good for them. They go up and they send their boats out to try to find more land on this area. But all they are met with are angry creatures. But they finally kill them off. They don't kill them off, they just scare them away. And they have found their first other island. Now this is a very big step in humanity, or whatever these people are called. You can name them in the comments. I would like to see that. Please do. And now humanity is really starting to pick up. But the blue team is having a field day with all of their new resources that they found. They're instantly more richer than the red team and more able to expand because they have those riches. And they are just drowning in resources. And soon they start to be kind of greedy. And so they kind of go out to find more lands, but a huge drought comes. And they think it's the gods telling them it's a sign from the gods telling them to not be greedy. But we can also see the red team going out and connecting up with the blue team to access more trade. The blue team also starts to explore more the ocean areas, and they find the second island that they found. I guess it's not like the only other island. They don't know it yet, but they're in a massive world, and they're on a smaller island compared to all of the other continents. But they will not go out yet because they don't know what's out in the ocean, because there could be foul beasts that come out and take them over. And we can see that the red team is actually becoming a little bit more prosperous than the blue team now, because the drought is still there. And now they fully explore this area. Soon the blue team is island hopping to different islands, just stopping on them, stopping at each one, refueling or getting more resources, I guess, and then going out to another island. And they finally reach it to their biggest other island that they've found. Is it? Actually, no, it's the second biggest island that they found. But they do find it, and the blue team sees this one as their own accomplishment, and they set up a little colony right here. I know they didn't set up colonies right here, but I'll make them really quick. Okay, here's the colonies. And now the blue team, and now these countries are Well, these two countries are very prosperous. The blue team is profiting off of these islands, while the red team is profiting off of farming. It was really a good reason to split, because the blue team is more about the blue explorers were more about fishing, while the red team was more about farming and agriculture, because that's what they were doing from the start. But some groups from the red team, who were poultry people, they go out to this tip of the island. Well, they go around the coast to get to the tip of the island, and they form their own country. These guys like the warm weather, and so that's why they are at the tip. The equator is like this, so you can see why they would be there, because they are near the equator. They keep expanding until they meet up with the blue team, and the blue team and the green team are pretty friendly, because they both came from the red team, and they both kind of don't like the red team. They fully explore this area, and this allows the green team to take more land out here, just trying to give their country a better shot at being a country, because when you're limited with land, it's kind of hard for you to be a prosperous country and have a stable economy. But the blue team does not want the green team catching up to them on land, so they do expand, but they aren't really the expander type of a country. They just really like growing their economy and just being stable and happy with what you have. But when it comes to staying good as a country, they like to expand. The red team and the blue team finally work together with something, and they finally meet up. Well, they finally go and explore to the tip of the island, which they already explored, but they finally connect up to the other little colony they had over here. It's not really a colony, it's a little settlement, I guess. And the red team finally expands and finally incorporates their colony into the country. They also expand into the ocean, and they finally start to think about what the rest of the world looks like, because they can see that there's definitely other stuff across this strait over here. And just to give you context, this little island is about the size of maybe I think this island is about the size of Russia, maybe, and then the rest is combined. The rest is basically the rest of the world, I guess. I would like to say that this whole planet is a little bit bigger than Earth, because this is the size of Russia. The landmass is a little bit smaller. Well, this landmass is a little bit bigger than Russia, and so yeah, it would make sense if it was a little bit bigger than Earth. Going back into expansion, we can see the first border being created between the blue team and the green team. If you guys are enjoying this video so far, make sure to like and subscribe, because I'm gonna get to 100 subscribers by the end of the summer, and it's coming up. I'm scared of that, because I don't want to go back to school. The green team and the blue team finally make up a border, and this is kind of like my Wixo in the real world, and it's kind of funny how everything just looks the same. I do everything the same in all my Wixos. And the green team is basically just like a neutral power, because they really do not care. But the blue team finally sets off on another exploration mission. They find this little island, but they don't stay there for long, because they want to go out and find out about what the rest of the world looks like. They try to go expand out into this island, but storms are pushing through, and a mysterious creature rises up from the ocean. It looked like an island, but they saw that the creature came up from the water, and it had long red arms that looked like tentacles, but they were solid. They weren't like slimy. They were slimy, but they kind of looked crab-like, and they call it the crab demon. And this scares a lot of the world, and so the mission is kind of put aside, and especially the blue team people, they do not like that much expansion and exploration. They just like focusing on their economy. So that is another reason why they are going to just stay in their own area and just kind of focus on their own country. And also the green team does expand or explore the oceans around them. They weren't just staying off the ocean and not even looking at it. They did explore it. And also they explore fully around this island. The red team starts to explore into this unexplored area, and they fully explore it. So I just added the capitals, and don't worry, I also got the major cities. You gotta give me props. Okay, thank you. But going back to the scenario, we can see after a few years of nothing really happening and no real expansion going out, we can see finally people picking back up on the exploration mission that was going on like a few years ago. They finally make it to another island, and whatever beast was there is no longer there. They feel like they see an island out in the distance that kind of looked like the giant beast's like top area. They don't really know what happened that fateful day, but all they know is that creature is dangerous. But we can see these countries, or the blue team, I guess, going out and finally making it onto this island. Little do they know that this island can lead them all the way to the first supercontinent. But while they discover that island, they also discover this island over here. They go down and they discover all of this. These guys are very now explorationists. Their whole personality changed in a few years. They were just saying that, oh, we are not expanding anymore, to, oh yeah, let's expand. And that's exactly what they do. They take all of these islands and half of this island over here. But now something else is happening. A new group of people pop up on this island. And these people are different people from these guys. They are less developed and less smart than these people. These people look like 1800s British people compared to like animals on this island. And in here, these guys look like animals compared to 1800 British people. I'm not saying 1800 British people were better than anybody else. It's just like they had their proper look. And these guys are the purple team. And the purple team are less developed than all the other countries. And they're basically a whole nother race than these countries. But what they what they can do is that they are very diplomatic. They really, whenever a problem occurs, they really don't like fight over it. They are more distinguished than these guys. These guys argue and fight whenever there's a problem, but these guys, they just solve it. And that allows them to meet up with the fishing areas of the red team. Now the red team is like, who are you people? You guys don't look like us. Go back to wherever you came from. They work out a plan. They get the people in the red team to talk with them. And they say that they are from the purple team. They say what they do and stuff. And the red team welcomes them with open arms because they were very diplomatic in that, and that makes a positive relationship with them. And they also explore and they start a real trading route. This is the first major trading route in this in the world, basically. We can also see more exploration going out on this island because they have kind of slacked off on exploration and they need to get their daily dose of exploration in. And they go do that. They get basically half the island explored. And they also explore the waters of the island. And we can go and see them following out with the plan that they set up, and they explore the island fully, basically. But now, a big major event happens. The red team and the purple team, they work out a plan, and they set off to look out to see what other lands there are. And they go out and they start losing supplies until they see land. And they have just made it on to the first supercontinent in this whole series. This is the supercontinent of Humidia, the biggest continent in the world. I mean, the continent is literally all of this. This is massive. And you might say, oh, well, this continent is bigger. Now, you might be right, but just for the sake of the dramatization, this is the biggest continent, okay? I mean, this continent is probably bigger. These lakes probably take away, but I include the lakes, so this continent is bigger. So, yeah, and they don't own some of these islands over here. Some of these islands are owned by this continent for some reason. But Numidia is massive, okay? They've only discovered like 0.5% of the land in the whole entire continent. And that is very overwhelming for me, and it's overwhelming for them because they don't see an end to the continent. They think this is the end of the world. They don't know that there's a whole nother massive continent over here that is just almost as big as it. And they don't know that there's more continents down here. And they don't know this is another continent. They don't know this is another continent all the way over here. Oh, actually, that's owned by another continent. And they don't know that this whole new massive continent is here. They don't know that. The only thing that they know is that they found a supercontinent. And just saying that this continent is low-key my favorite continent because it's like lush in resources, just like this area was. They basically took all the resources by now. Just like humans always do, but these are not humans. I guess they have the same intentions as humans, but they are not humans. And the purple team discovers the rest of the whole island, and soon they claim it all. They don't really own it all, but they claim it all. And they also go out and they explore out into the ocean more. And these voyages are very costly for the purple team and the red team. They have to send off supplies. They have to get enough. They have to lose some people. They have to keep sending supplies. They have to do multiple routes, and the routes are pretty long. They can last months because these boats are not equipped like the boats that went to the Americas. The American voyage is basically here to here, and this new continent is just perfect for these early civilizations because it allows them to have a good starting point. And I definitely didn't do that on my own because I'm the god. Yes. And the purple team sets up a colony, and so does the red team. But going on with more expansion, we can also see them exploring out into these islands. And now this age is the age of settlement. Basically just getting yourself settled in areas, hence the name. Yes. And the age of settlement is going to be definitely the longest age, because the age of settlement is basically just the age of settling in. And the purple team also explores these areas over here. But little do they know that a new little civilization is going to be released will be shown, I guess. And this new civilization is going to be, drumroll please, the yellow team. Now these people, unlike the purple team, which are not as civilized, well, not civilized, but not as smart as these countries over here, this civilization is super smart. They are the most advanced civilization in the world, and they have just been revealed to the audience, which is you. And these guys are absolutely crazy. They have already started to build aqueducts. Well, not really aqueducts, but their own versions of them. You guys can make up the times. Maybe this all happened in the span of 2 months. Maybe it happened in the span of 1,000 years. You can decide, because it's too much for my brain. And also, because these guys are so smart, they already explored all of the what do you call them? Those lakes over there. And yeah, these guys are the smartest civilization. They're very interesting, and I will be looking forward to making some scenarios with them. And also, here are how the other nations reacted to the purple team. Well, the blue team just saw them as a threat to them because they were allied with the red team. Not really allied, but they were friendly with the red team. And that made the blue team fear that they will come and destroy the blue team. And that is very worrying for the blue team. So they did not really appreciate the yellow team or the purple team coming into the world. The green team reacted to the purple team coming into the world. They were kind of just they didn't really care. They just wanted to be stable as a country, so they didn't really have reactions. Flipping over to the purple team, we can see them finally discovering this pixel. But in reality, they actually go and they discover this little island over here, or the coast of it, and they make it onto mainland. Oh my god! They make it onto mainland, finally. And they start to discover the island, and they actually discover half of it. But that is going to do it for today's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like and subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.